today our topic for the podcast is it important to discuss exes with your current partner? Dun, dun, dun. No. Not the, dramatic music, but I feel like that's a taboo conversation. So, did you want to elaborate why it's important to you? Or did you want to share anything?
Yeah. So as we, a lot of people may not know, but yes, one of my friends passed away recently. Our old teammates, too, as well. Jalen Ferguson. I do want to, just reflect and just say, prayers to his family, or pay respect. That's a good word, or good way to put it. But prayers to his family, and condolences to as well. And definitely that's somebody that's, he was a kind-hearted person. So rest in peace to him. I did want to say that first, before we get started. So, and then plus as well, I did also want to say that we've been having COVID.
We've been having COVID.
Hey,
we had COVID.
That's the country. That's the country that's in me. So we had COVID. We had COVID. I feel like we had it for like about 3 months. But hey, Lord, when they say God gonna take it through some storms, He gonna take it through some storms, boy. We made it through though.
We made it through. I didn't feel like it was too bad. I mean, it was rough.
I died twice.
And guys, I had to really take care of my baby, and I still had COVID. I was finishing it, and he was just getting amped up.
Amped up, man.
So that's the good thing. We were able to take care of each other. Like when I was at my peak of COVID, he was, managing a little bit better, and then when I was getting better, he
that's toe up and flow up. But yeah, that's the only reason I said that. I threw that out there real quick. Is just because, rest in peace to my guy. And then, just letting people know that, if you haven't seen us for a while, or if you be like, wait a minute, y'all still kicking or still good? People like to gossip and stuff like that. I'm not really into the drama. You know that. I don't really like drama, but we've been good. We just been coughing. So that's all that's been happening with us.
That cough lingered.
But yeah, this bond is still strong, and we still going on.
Yes, the dynamic duo is back.
4 years
you haven't
strong.
Seen our 4 years. 4 years strong. That's crazy. 2 years married.
But yeah,
I'm
gonna go ahead and my hostess with the mostest, I'm gonna let her have the floor again, and then so we're gonna rewind that thing, and we're gonna throw it back to my beautiful queen here.
Yes,
Miss
that's
Irene.
me. And okay, so yes, the question is it important to discuss exes with your current partner?
Is it important to discuss exes with your current partner? I feel like yes. The reason why I say yes is because I feel like, in a sense, I would say that discussing exes is learning the history of like you, to me. A lot of people may not agree. So I'm just saying things that kind of worked for me and how I ended up, essentially finding my wife or my partner because, just to be honest, I was around the block. It was a couple. Yes, it was conversing and speaking to a lot of young ladies and stuff like that. I found out what worked for me and what didn't work for me, and so I always wanted to learn the history of it. And everybody was so reserved or didn't want to share or this stuff like that. So I felt like it's important to me because I'm not a history guy, but learning the history of my partner or something that's important to me, I feel like it helps. Like, I didn't know that my dad had gout. That's heavy. I went to college and I was drinking alcohol like it was water. You know what I'm saying? It was, what did you got to drink 8 cups a day? I was drinking 8 cups of alcohol. That's what I was doing. Kids, don't do that. Because gout is real. COVID is real. Gout is real. I had a friend say COVID ain't real. No, COVID and gout is real. So yeah. So I don't know.
But to finish what you were saying, he was diagnosed with gout and he was kind of confused, like, oh, where'd this come from?
Yeah.
Because, now that he knows, oh, his dad has gout, now he kind of has history to know that, like, oh, this is why I have gout. Or, just gave some clarity to why he was experiencing some things.
No, for real. No, you hit it on the pin. So that's why I didn't want to go on a tangent, and I kind of wanted to hear some stuff from you too as well. But yeah, that's, when I was diagnosed with gout, I reached out to my stepmom and I told her like, hey, look, all this pain I've been feeling was gout. And she was like, ooh, your daddy had gout. And I was like, what? Then I called my grandma and I was like, I got gout. She was like, oh, my son had gout. And I was like, come on, Granny, how y'all? Oh, everybody knew.
Nobody tell me.
Everybody knew.
I didn't get the memo.
Everybody knew. But yeah, so.
And then to touch on that, I'm interrupting you. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
But how you how you said like everyone knew but you, that's kind of like a thing too with discussing exes and kind of how it can be important because everyone can know besides your partner or, you.
All your old partners know everything about you but me. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to share certain things with me because what everybody does is they try to treat I've seen friends do it. They like, oh, every relationship is a new relationship. They always say that, but it is. I'm definitely going to agree with that. But I also will say that person that was there before, that something is still there with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
contribute to the person that they
are today. You know what I'm saying? Something about you in your past makes who you are today. Something hurts you or something like that.
Because when people go through breakups, they're like, well, lesson learned. Like you're gonna always learn something when you encounter somebody. In relationships. Was it platonic or intimate? Like you're gonna learn something from somebody. So yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's where I kind of concluded to where I just say the reason why I feel like it's important is because it's the history of you. And when I first met you, that's what I was telling you, that I wanted to learn so much history with you, and I feel like it's important to do that. So that, hey, that's why I feel like I definitely want to learn the history of you and ins and outs, and I'm not insecure about like, hey, you talk to this guy or you talk to that guy. You know what I'm saying? Even some situations you were thinking like, oh God, most guys would definitely be insecure, Darcy. And I was just like, look, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. Yeah. I honestly respect half of the guys that you talked to before, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Like, I'm not a person that has hatred for other beings or other people out here. Like, we're all trying to live and one day we're going to pass away. And, that's why I kind of shouted out my guy at the beginning. And it's no point of like having hatred for someone else when, you're going to be the only person in the grave. So that's why I was like, hey, I feel like it's important to learn about them guys or whoever you talked to before, so I can know. Like,
and that was good. That's why I felt comfortable, sharing, because I knew that he wasn't going to like try to throw it in my face or, be manipulative or, just, be a jerk about it. Say, oh, you a thought or whatever, this and that,
Yeah.
He really wanted to genuinely know just to get to know me better. And that was nice. A different change.
Yeah.
That, wasn't a turn off.
Before you get to your next question too, because that's I don't necessarily, you remember I used to tell you, like, I don't necessarily, like, the same reason guys think that girls are thoughts or something like that, or they, doing, I don't know. We have a lot of old folks watching, you know what I'm saying?
We'll leave it at that.
Being promiscuous, you know what I'm saying? Let's say that. So I don't recognize that stuff with how many partners you've been with. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. So why are you saying, like, you're calling somebody a name because they've been with this amount of partners? Like, especially like a female, because at the end of the day, what is that female's intentions in, like, why did she do the things that she did? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did she talk to so many partners? Did she have a good relationship with her father? You know, like, that could be heavy for a lot of females. A lot of guys don't care about that. They're like, I don't care if she ain't had no good relationship with her father. Well, she's not going to have a good relationship with you, sir. And that's why you have a lot of problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if she didn't have a good relationship with her father, try to understand where the void was or disconnect so that you can be able to, like, fit in that puzzle piece for her. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. That's why I was like, with exes, some of your exes, they had some, or you used to, one of my biggest things learning about your exes was the reason why y'all stopped talking. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to know the reason why it was ended. Because if I want this relationship to go on forever and I knew we were going to get married, I don't want this to end. You know what I'm saying? To me, so I'm like, hey, why did you end?
Yeah.
Why did that end? Or why did that end? What was the reason? And if it logically makes sense to me, then now I'm like, okay, cool.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I have confidence to me. You know what I'm saying? I have confidence to say, like, I know she's never going to do that. Or, it's not me. I know I'm never going to do that. Or I know I won't disrespect you in that kind of way or call you a name or something like that. So, that's just me. I'm long-winded. I almost lost breath.
No, that was good. Yeah. So, okay, so the second question is, like, what are some benefits of discussing exes?
You first.
Me first? Okay. So I would say some benefits, like you mentioned, you kind of get insight on the person. You get like the 411, is that what they say? On the person in a good way, just to use it for your advantage, to get to know the person, to learn them, and you kind of figure out like what their triggers were, or like figure out, oh, okay, so you enjoyed being loved that way. Like I mentioned before, we had a conversation about like the 5 love languages. So like, people do the test like, oh, 5 love languages, like someone could know and still not do it. Sometimes like when you discuss, you can kind of hear and see, like, well, not see, no, don't see, but you can kind of hear examples of how, someone enjoyed being loved or what was like distasteful, like, oh, this is not how I want to be loved. Like, that it gives that kind of insight too. If sometimes people may have a hard time, understanding just like, oh, this is my love language, quality time. And, sometimes people are more specific with the quality time. Like, we can study together, or we can be in a room silent together. That's quality time. Sometimes you have to be more specific for people to really get it in their brain. But yeah, that's my little 2 cents.
I was like, it's really 2. I was waiting. I was wanting more. I was wanting more. I was ready. You gotta stay ready to get ready. Get ready.
Well, get ready. It's your turn.
I don't know which one it is, but no, you hit a lot of good things for me too as well, because I'm more of the one that sorry, I had to get that one. That's more important to me too as well, because this conversation is I'm pretty sure that this brought up because of my traits and the things that I do. But like you said, a word or a good word that we can throw in there too as well is examples. Like you said, that some of these things that you did before, like, hey, look, if that was triggering to you, or you have certain triggers to you, I have an example now. Like, now I can go off of some things that triggered you in the past, or that could possibly still trigger you in the future. But if we just gonna be human beings and realistic, it could possibly, that could affect you, to this day, like, who knows? Like, certain things through our childhood affects us still to this day. So how can an ex not affect you? I think that's the biggest thing that people like go off of, is they have so much hatred, or they want so much hatred for somebody, because, that's that ability of us to like release that energy, because it's like, hey, look, I loved this person before. And, I talked to you about it before too as well, that it's a difference when you're in love with someone versus when you love someone. I'm in love with you. You know what I'm saying? Everything about you is, I'm infatuated. I'm always into it. I would, I don't know about to take the bullet, but you know what I'm saying? I would, hear the bullet and move us both out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't die. You can't leave me.
Yeah, that's I don't know about the bullet, but
wear a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'll wear a bulletproof vest and take one, as long as I know I'm gonna survive. But that I'm in love with you, so it's a difference too. But I still have love for you too as well. You know what I'm saying? That love, I'm in love and I have love. Sometimes you have both. When you're really intimate with your partner, and I feel like with family, you love family. You know what I'm saying? You're not in, like, I some people, I don't know, maybe Alabama people that's cousins or something. I don't know. In love, like, to me, I gotta go look up the definition or something. I wish I had a phone over here so I can, like, look up the definition. But to me, that's my pure definition of what it means. Because in love with someone means that you're in tune, you're in something with, that person. I'm invested. I'm everything about it. The first part of it is I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? Love to me is just saying that I may not be in the same household as my mom, but I love my mom. You know what I'm saying? I may not be in the same household as my brother, but I love my brother to death. Anything that would happen to my brother, I would be devastated. You know what I'm saying? I would be hurt. But it's certain soft versions of love too. You got cousins that you ain't really talked to growing up.
You don't see it all the time, but you still love them.
But you love them. You know what I'm saying? So to me, an ex, if we put all of that and compile it all together, to me, an ex, the reason why those people have so much hatred and stuff like that towards that person is because they love that person, and they don't want to feel that, because it's like, hey, but that person was a part of you before. That person was something to you before. Yeah. Like, you can't relinquish that. I even told you before, and I was like, hey, like, I'm sorry if one of my exes were to pass away. That's sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a sad thing. That's really, really sad. So that's like, to me, that's where I would say, like, how you said the benefits of it. I feel like most people can't see the benefits because of all of those things that I just described, of just like not wanting to have love for someone. Yeah. That hey, maybe that person did hurt your feelings to the core, but you can't deny that you were once in love with that person and you have love for that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly. Because you hate that person, but at the same time, you see that's too much effort past.
Too to have hate. You know, that's almost too much effort.
Yeah, you know? I feel like that's worse than talking about the ex. To me, that's just like, if you got hatred towards somebody, like,
it's like, why you hate the ex so much?
Yeah, like every time you pass by, I'm like, me and you really dating. We get into each other. We've been dating, talking for 4 or 5 years, and oh, hey, there go my ex. She passed by. I hate her. I can't stand her. Oh my god, you don't even. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Get that closure.
Yeah, like what? Get that closure. Like. Release that energy. Like, what happened? You know, because that's, to me, that's when I start asking questions, because I had people in my past like that before. That's like, I hate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you
raise
hate
your eyebrow?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you have so much hatred? Or, you know what I'm saying? Some people are nonchalant. They're like, I don't really care about my exes, or, you know, like, it's just somebody in the past or something like that. You know, but then still, to me, I still need to know. You know what I'm saying? I still need to know, like, hey, like, what were some of your joyous moments, or what were some of like your best dates? Because to me and you, the benefits of it was I gave you a lot of your first. You know what I'm saying? And that's the funniest thing that some guys would never understand, because they're so non-communicative, is that they don't know how to be able to keep the spark alive. A lot of times it's really on the men, you know what I'm saying, to keep that spark, to keep that infatuation going. Like, the women will always want to love and cuddle and have kisses and stuff like that, but if I can come over here and be like, you know what, she told me that one of her old little boos used to get her massages all the time, I'm gonna pay for you a massage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna pay for this, you know what I'm saying, because I got gout, so it hurts. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, realistically, that's, you know, like, some of the things that you like, you can describe in the past and stuff like that, that's examples to me. So now I'm using it as to be able to give you have you ever been on a plane ride? You know, you told me about these dates and all these dates that you had. Most of your dates was really just going out to eat, going to the movies and stuff like that. So when you met a guy like me, I'm like, go-kart ride, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we went on a trip together. We went to New Orleans.
You went to New Orleans. Go-kart. We went go-karting, New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? You came over my house.
Very adventurous, which is what I
painted
liked.
with a twist. You know what I'm saying?
We did.
I took photo shoot in the house. I was like, let's do a photo shoot in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like,
creative,
you don't have to do
notes,
nothing. Let's do FaceTime dates. You know what I'm saying? Let's sit here while you're eating, I eat. FaceTime dates. You know, you popped up at I think you came to my job, or did I come to your job? I can't remember.
Well, we both did, but I came to your job first.
Yeah, so that's some things that, you know what I'm saying, like, that's some my bad, I was leaning. That's something, I'm over here sweating, that's why I was leaning. But yeah, that's some things that's just kind of, you know, that's why I feel like that's the benefits of it, because it's examples. It's real life examples of what I can be able to learn from somebody in your past that may not have been in tune, or a guy that may not have had too much communication, you know, or something like that. I'm over here like full blown in trying to like one up them at, you know what I'm saying? But no, I wasn't trying to do that much, but it just gave me, like you said, I wasn't malicious with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be like,
Use it to your advantage.
Let me find out how much of promiscuous she was. You know what I'm saying? So I can be able to like understand. Or if you start telling me you really was promiscuous, now I'm cringy. You know, like I don't want to talk about it no more. You talk to too many guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, man, it's okay. Like, you were a human being. You were a person before you met me.
Exactly.
I always tell you, like, and like, hey, like you had 20 something years of like living before you met me. You think I'm gonna learn you in 4 years? Oh,
we're gonna keep learning for a while, baby.
I have so much to learn, gosh.
But I wanted to add to that too. It was Iman Shumpert. Is that how you say it? The basketball player.
Iman Shumpert,
yeah. And Tiana Taylor, yeah. They had did like an interview on YouTube or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he said that he told Tiana about his exes because he didn't want her to ever have to hear from somebody else, like in the industry, like, oh, I messed with your man or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, that is so thoughtful, like to disclose that information just so his wife, his significant other doesn't look crazy, Like, she already knows, so it's not like no other woman would have a one-up on her with, like, knowledge. It won't be she won't be feel bamboozled or some new news coming. Like, I already know.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. Like, I already know. Like,
that's what me and you.
come up to me and be like, I used to talk to your man. I know. And?
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to bother me,
That's the same thing. Same thing. I feel like the same thing kind of like we were almost put in a position before.
I did all this, my bad.
Nah, you're fine. We were like almost put in a position like that. Well, I think we were put in a position. Like, it was somebody I used to talk to, and you know what I'm saying? And then you had to like come in close contact with them. You were just like,
we both had scenarios like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. So then I'm looking like, oh, like how are you going to be affected by it? But at the same time, at that point, I think for both of us, the very first time because we came into contact with those people like multiple times. So the very first time we didn't really know. So then now the stuff starts coming out. Now it's like, now it's awkward. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, that's why a lot of people don't say anything. But then at the end of the day, like, I feel like what's done in the dark comes to the light. That's just
it does.
I feel like whatever you do, like, hey, somebody gonna find out, somebody gonna say something, something's gonna happen. It's gonna be a video or a cute picture of you and this person up on somebody's page. You might look to these Mac computers, boy, they be keeping stuff for years.
The iCloud will keep some images.
It will keep a memory. You'll click on that and be like, wait a minute, I've seen that face before. Did you say your best friend? But no, that's like you said, that how Iman Shumpert really did that. That gives you the heads up.
That's really I thought that was very nice. I was like, oh, look at that. I mean, I say we're some celebrities but it's not only for celebrities, I feel like, But yeah, anyways, to move on. Excuse me. So what is some downfalls?
I mean, obviously the thing is like envious, or like you said, the jealousy factor, because now you feel like, I feel like with men is more jealous than men have a lot of traits that women don't understand.
Women can be jealous.
Women can be can be hella
men
jealous.
And women.
Yeah.
If you think about it real hard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think men I feel like it's an equal feel in some cases with emotions. I think women be like, oh, men don't do this. They don't cry and all this stuff like that. They doing it all on the inside. And boy, when they release that energy one day, boy, it's going to be crazy. Boy, that's why some of these dudes be going crazy out here. But yeah. The downfall would be jealousy, because like I said, with some men, they don't want to hear about their woman being promiscuous or their woman dating and stuff like that, because
just being with someone else.
It's men treat like their partner or spouse sometimes, and I see my homeboys doing it as like possession. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't own you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You just have my last name. Mm-hmm. God owns you always. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always know that God. Yes. You are God's child. You know what I'm saying? You came from your mom and daddy.
To the Lord.
But I'm sorry, mom-in-law and dad-in-law, she belongs to God. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't belong to me.
I don't think they're going to be
belong
sad.
to y'all.
No.
Yeah, she belongs to, I belong to God. You know that song? But yeah, So that's what I'm just saying. So in that point of me feeling jealous, that's a point that I had to realize too as well. I think your dad knows that because he told me, he was just like, when I asked him, "Can I marry your daughter?" He was just like, I always said that she, is
Does not
God's
belong to me.
child.
Yeah.
She don't belong to me. And I was like, oh man. I was like, is that a yes or no? Like, I'm still scared. I'm still scared. Nervous. I'm trying to propose. But yeah, I feel like some guys out there really they don't want to hear it, and they just don't want, because they feel like
It's not real.
that's my possession. That's my, and when you treat it and when you treat your partner as a possession, what happens is everything that happens to them, it hurts you. Like if she's been hurt before, now I'm hurt. You know what I'm saying? If someone else pleased her before, then now I'm still hurt because I've never wanted nobody to please you but me. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be the best at everything in your life. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the thing. Like, we're human beings. Like, people got to be able to realize that, hey, if you belong to God, I belong to God. You have moments in your life where you talk to other people. That is okay. It should not affect me at all. It should not bring like this kind of negative connotation over me. But I feel like to me, I don't have the jealousy thing to where I'm just like, oh yeah, I can't be around that guy because you was talking to that guy and stuff like that. But I would truly, I don't know, like my negative downfalls on just like talking about exes or something like that. I feel like for us, we finally got to a point to where things are not misconstrued. Yeah. I think I misconstrued a lot of things or confused some things that happened with you, or reasons why you talked to certain people, or reasons why you were going through those motions, because I had this perceived notion of you that I had already thought of, because I'm like, hey, my wife is this person. Like, she's this beautiful flower, and she's like always had her life aligned. And I feel like you always had your life aligned with God. And so every time you tell me about like, oh, I had this little phase, I talked to him, I did this, and I did that, and I was
talking to 5 dudes at once,
Yeah, when you say something
just
like
trying
that,
to see what it was like. I couldn't keep
like,
up.
Gosh,
it
I
ain't
was
for
like,
me.
Ooh, heathen. I was like, but no, that was,
vice versa.
Misconstruing because I didn't get and then we finally kind of got the mindset where you were at, you know what I'm saying? You were telling me what you were really searching for. And in a sense, I was like, dang, why would she be searching for love if she has a good connection with her parents? That's what I was confused with as well. Like, you had a very strong, good relationship with your parents.
Because your parents are your parents.
Right.
Parents
You're not in love
intimate.
with your parents. You're not in love with your parents. You love them. You love them. Yeah. So
it contributes, but it's not the end all be all. People still want that excuse me, that love. Yes, a little bit copulative.
It's a teaspoon in that. But
yeah, I agree with you. I think a downfall is someone becoming jealous during the process of sharing those type of stories and stuff. But it's really no need to feel jealous, especially if you are trusting of your partner and stuff like that. It's really no need to be jealous.
Got a little hot. No, you're right. I agree. It's no need to be jealous. It's no.
If you trust your person,
envious.
No need.
But we trust each other to the maximum too, as well. Because I was just like, to me, it did take me a moment, because like I said, I'm gonna just be real. Like, at the beginning, once I started doing the things I'm used to doing, like, oh, let me ask you about your ex. Then when you was telling me, I'm just like, wait a minute, you still know them? You know what I'm saying? Like, you still cool? That was my first time understanding that you're still cool with half of the people that you used to know and stuff like that. But you're a very kind-hearted person.
Cool as a very loose term.
Like, well, yeah, like not like you kick it every day with these people, but you know what I'm saying? Like, these are like connections, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like friendships. Like, you can just say like a light friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like we just talked about earlier, most people don't have friendships with someone they used to talk to, because that's a void that they try to disconnect from their life. But with yours, I had to learn that, and then learning the type of person you are, it helped me to understand. That's why I say it's a beautiful thing that once I got the full understanding, stop confusing things, stop trying to assume things in my head, and then really listen to you. Because you used to like try to cry out to me to explain, like, hey, look, I'm trying to tell you, like, you asking me these questions and I'm trying to let you know.
Hold on.
Not for real. I'm telling you, I was confusing it. So that's why I was saying, once I got to the point, you know, we recently talked, and I was just like, oh man. And I was like, and then my whole voice changed. I was like, I wasn't even screaming for the next couple of days. I was just like, how your day going? Like, do you love? Like, do you know I love you? And then to me, I feel like when I started sharing stories, I started to realize as well, I know we're supposed to be on downfalls, but I started to realize as well that some of the things that I did for people in the past, I was like, man, you're really eating this up. You're really liking this. You're just like, you sent her, hey, beautiful in the morning. Good morning.
Dirty got some juicy stories. I'm like, really? I'm eating my popcorn.
But then I would see you
said
like,
what?
I would see you doing that, or I see you be like, wait a minute, like I like that, or I would like that, and then so you know that's why you know more and more now I'm trying to give you the.
Or I'd be like, you better not do that.
Good morning.
I'm glad
beautiful.
you've moved on from that stage of your life.
Oh yeah, I was you know. Throw it off.
Acting
but yeah.
up. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can continue on. I know I hit it with a lot of points.
You did.
We got off topic for a little while, but yeah.
Yes.
You're back.
Yes, these are all the truths, you know. But I wanted to end it and just kind of state that do what's best for you in your relationship. You know, do what's going to work for you. Because you know, if you really love that person, you know, you want to try new things to make y'all grow and better the relationship, but you know, don't do anything that's going to jeopardize it either. So do what works for you. Any closing remarks?
Well, we had the benediction, guys. Offering would be collected through Cash App. And no, my closing remarks is that, like I said at the very beginning, the reason why, you know, I mean, well, you brought this topic up, so I was just like, okay, hit me with it. Okay, we talking about exes, but it's, to me, most people not gonna agree. Most people probably not gonna do this. It needs to be talked about though, because people have a lot of issues with exes and stuff, and I feel like this would be beneficial to some people out there about, like, you know, opening up. You know, like that's a big thing. Most people are so closed off and tight when they're getting in a relationship. And how can you ever thrive or be this, like, just understand, like, a flower can't grow in, like, concrete, like, poured
concrete,
all over.
dark.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to open up. But what I was going to go towards was what we talked about earlier was history. You know what I'm saying? So learning the history of your partner is very, I'm going to say it twice. Learning the history of your partner is very important. You're supposed to look at the camera too. Learning the history of your partner is very important. So the reason why I say that is because I don't want this to be like a major thing where people try to go out there and start asking like, okay, so when you was talking to Tyrone, what happened? You know what I'm saying? It's because they're trying to be like me. You know, some guys are trying to be thoughtful and sweet. I want them to be able to go to their partner and be like, hey, you know, let's start talking about some of the things that, you know what I'm saying, like growing up, what were you? Because you don't have to talk about it. I can talk about like, hey, growing up, how was your childhood? And then boom, I reverse it. Come back. I don't even have to talk to you about your childhood because you got parents. You got people that can tell me like these important things that happen to you. So history is very important to me in all aspects. I called your grandma.
He called my grandma. My
I talked to your grandma.
He talked to my mom and grandma.
Shout out grandma. I love you, grandma.
Hour. Hey.
Grandma, you are beautiful. I always remember, I'm going to tell you that every time I hear from you. I'll be talking to hours to your grandma. Both of your grandmas. I love both of your grandmas. Your grandmas are so beautiful, and they're so kind-hearted and kind-spirited, and they teach me so much. It's so crazy. Teach me so much. Like stuff I would have even, I'm thinking I know you back to forth because we in the house and we COVID. We stuck in the house like 24/7. And I don't know nothing. But your grandmas do. Your grandmas do. Your grandmas know stuff about you. Your mama know a lot about you. Your mama know you front to, she feel like she know you front to back. Hand inside and hand outside. And so, you know, that's why I encourage you too, you know, to call my mom or call my grandma. You know, Kamisha, shout out Kamisha. Hey, Kamisha. Love you. And Dorothea, Dorothea know me. I call
she gonna be mad that you putting her name out there.
I'm so sorry, Thee. I love you so much, Grandma. That's my road dog. She taught me everything from little to big. So, and I call her still to this day.
Yeah,
I learned things through her, and she be telling me I had COVID, and she saying, "Baby, you need to just lay on your side." I said, "Oh, I've been laying on my back. Let me lay on my side."
And I was telling him, and like your wife told you. But sometimes you need that extra push from Grandma.
From Grandma, because that's my history. Like you said, I'm more comfortable with somebody on me with that I've had history. You know what I'm saying? Like that long.
Yeah, exactly.
30 years. Like Grandma been here.
I mean, well, you ain't been here 30 years. Anyway.
I ain't, but
the point of the...
Stomach, What? She was with me when I was in the womb, too. She was talking to me, tell me what to do in there.
Like, the point of the compromise is about communication. So that's why we wanted to bring up this topic, because, just having transparency and just ways to communicate with your significant other.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. I mean, that's what I just said. It's the history, learning the history of you. That really helped me understand so much about you.
Me too.
And you're becoming so beautiful as I learned you to this day.
Beautifuler.
Mm-hmm. And it's just a beautiful thing. And I can't, I wouldn't, if I can go back and do it all over again, I would do the same way. Everything the same. The Exes for everything.
Yeah, I can tell I'm eating it up.
I wouldn't even, regret.
Me either.
I wouldn't even regret your
Everything
exes or anything like that, because you become the beautiful person that you are this day. Just for those people that affected you, impacted you, brought joy in your life, too as well. Like some people weren't always bad. You had some joy too as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I just said that. That's my encouragement to people out there that may be watching. It's about the history. Is if you really looking at it, for me, you may not do it, you may not try it, but I really enjoy learning the history of it, and I hate history. That's crazy. I
love history.
I got F's in social studies.
I got recommended on the tax test.
I got D's and F's in social studies.
Social studies.
Yeah, my stuff look like I wasn't even supposed to be in school with social studies.
You were A+ in India, Irie Anderson.
Yeah, definitely that. Yeah.
Okay, let's finish.
Now we can wrap it up though. So yeah, that's why I just said, "Oh, well, you the host. Go ahead and do your thing."
Oh yeah, so we're ending on that note. So how do we end? You're making me blush now. How do we usually? Oh, our handshake.
They can't see it. Oh, they can see it. There we go.
They're doing it wrong. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Bye, y'all. That is the compromise.
You're supposed to say,
like, comment,
thank
subscribe.
Thank you all for watching.
God bless.
We love you so much. We really appreciate everybody watching and everybody out there that support us. We always appreciate it. Give us a like, a subscribe. We're doing giveaways in the future, and you have to be subscribed to us too as well. And so we just want our business to grow. We want our friendships and families to go. Book us on Anderson's. And as we... Oh, her purses are coming out as well. As you can see, we are in the house. We are in the crib. We had too much noise and stuff like that on the previous podcast, so we had to get up in the crib because ain't nobody gonna make noise in here but us. So, as we always say, thank you all for watching. This is The Compromise, aka